more days on a Ducati Panigale. Honestly, I thought I wouldn't get to ride something like this in years. Position doesn't seem to be that aggressive, and it's really skinny. I thought it would be way fatter. The pegs are way back though. That's a weird feeling. You know how usually when you sit on the Japanese bikes your feet kind of fall into, but on this one you gotta fold them back. You don't feel the bike shift at all. Just now I went from first to third because I thought I was in neutral. The mirrors are really good too. God, this is such a good bike. Holy shit. You can quick shift this shit like nothing, unless I'm guessing, I don't know if this comes stock with a quick shifter or not, but I just flipped the throttle and went straight down, no problem. It actually doesn't feel like it pulls insanely like the Leader bikes. I mean, it's A99, but a lot of engine braking. Behind me, it stays on the right even though I'm trying to switch to compensate for this guy being on the left, so kind of in an awkward position. It's really strange just how skinny and tall this bike is. I feel like I'm absolutely on top of it, and so when I'm turning you don't get that feeling of leaning over as much. It's strange. And where other bikes have your legs kind of hugging the tank, on this one I feel like I'm touching the frame of the bike, and it's kind of awkward. But the riding position itself seems like it's a lot less leaning over. A lot less leaning over and more just, I don't know, your hips are almost by your handlebars. That's the feeling I'm getting, even though I'm just exaggerating it kind of, but quite odd. Clutch engage is way too high when you shift. Or maybe I'm doing it wrong and I'm not supposed to use the clutch to upshift on this bike, since it might have a quick shifter. I'm gonna stop using the clutch and see if that fixes it, because I might just be riding it for no reason. Oh, as far as weight, this bike feels, I mean, it's funny I'm saying this, but this bike feels like the 300 once it's moving. The the Ninja 300 I had. It changes direction super easy. If you lean over, it follows right over. Whereas, for example, my ZX9R, that thing is old and heavy, and it doesn't matter how much you lean on the seat, you really have to counter steer to get anything out of it. I mean, it's the proper way to turn anyway, but I don't know, on light bikes, just a slight bit of seat movement makes it start leaning over already. It feels like the bike knows what you want it to do before you even start doing it. So you get that sort of feeling with this. It feels very light once it's moving. When I first got on it though, while it was stationary, this is a heavy girl. I don't know exactly the weight of these, so I'll look it up and I'll put it up on the video in the beginning anyway. But it felt pretty heavy. See, I'm starting to get a little bit of pain on the wrists, and I don't feel like I can hold my weight with my core instead of my arms, because since I don't have a tank to hug with my legs, it's not like I can feel like I have some leverage to have my body upright. It's starting to bother my arms a little. I wonder if the bigger one, the 1199, if that one has a little bit of a bigger tank and you can actually get some leverage out of it. Maybe if you have longer legs, that might be it. Maybe this thing is set up for somebody that has longer legs. I'm kind of short, I'm only 5'6", so this bike might not just be a good fit for me. So crazy, brah, brah. Fucking angry. You know, every time I heard these on races or going by on videos, I always thought, I don't really like the sound. I'd rather have a four banger. Yeah, if you're riding it, nope. Changed my mind quite drastically. This sounds so much better than a four-cylinder. It's just like it's punching you in the face. There's a weirdness with the blinkers on this one where the switch is really long and you feel like you're touching something else that's not the blinkers. You don't think you're getting it right. And then to cancel, since it's so long, it's even harder. That was full throttle. Really good brakes too. Shift's amazing. Really have no complaints about the engine and the transmission. Great. Handling so far, even though I haven't really been able to test it properly. Pretty good. Riding position, pretty awesome. My only big downside, once again, is just not being able to hug a gas tank. All I feel is frame bars. It's not comfortable. I can't really squeeze my legs onto the bike. That's a big deal for me. I feel safe when I'm squeezing the bike. Maybe I just need longer legs. I still can't believe I'm running a fucking 899. Ever since they came out with this design, it's pretty much been in my background my computer. It's got such a good visual design with the tucked in exhaust underneath and the really pretty headlights and the bunny like mirrors. I wouldn't change a damn thing on this. Not the exhaust, not the handles, not nothing. These bikes should be left alone, really. They're perfect. That was pretty smooth over the railroad tracks. I'm surprised. I stood up because usually I do that on every bike I've ridden. It's been a little jarring every time you go over big bumps, but this thing soaked it up and shit. It's supposed to be a super sport. Pretty good suspension. Actually, I hadn't talked about that. Just going down the road on little bumps, you're not feeling them going over your body. It's not bad at all. I'll say this though, it's really hard to see the dash. Since it's so low, since it sits so high. I'm guessing Chase on two wheels would love the shit out of this thing. Since he likes being way up high on top of the bike. This bike definitely doesn't like being upshifted with clutches. It either has a quick shifter already built in, or it is the smoothest upshifting transmission ever. I'll have to ask the guy when we get back. Because if it had a quick shifter all along, I feel like an idiot. And if we're in the beginning using the clutch and slipping it. Now I do nothing but quick shifts, and it's pretty nice. Very nice. Funny lady. Hey guys. At least she stopped it while we went by, because that, you know, that's one of the things that always freaks me out a little, is when I'm going by and people are doing the yards, or the city people are mowing the dividers down the middle of the highway. I always think, what if this fucking thing picks up a rock and gives me a huge, almost bullet-like friggin' dent hole on whatever I'm driving. Just the car, if I'm riding the bike. It was nice of her to stop. Can't find the thing. There we go. Pretty sweet.